Hey viewers and viewresses, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to So You're Being Hunted episode 375 now. So we're here, of course, back on the East Island. It has, been a good session actually so far for clearing out this island because we've got all the device pieces from it already and we've got a load of extra trains. Now I did say I wanted to actually try where possible to just have a look at through some of these buildings before I travel back towards the centre, and we're going to do that at least for the first few minutes of this episode, because why the hell not, as we continue on with our toy train challenge and all that. And actually that might not really be possible because there's a squire now spawning over there. It's been and there's hunters in there. Well, you know what, fuck that, never mind, we are not going to explore that village, or that section of the island rather, because I don't think that's really going to work out too well in our favour, so never mind. We're going to head back to the centre, deposit our device pieces, then we're going to head off to another island, ladies and gentlemen. So exploration of the East Island effectively concluded, ladies and gents. Nothing really much else to say in that regard, is there? Bloody hell. What an absolute bloody palaver that was. Good God. Alright, as usual, jump cut as we head back to the centre. And we're in. Here we are. Okay, right. Well, let's get these device pieces back to the standing stones, and then we can make a decision on whether we go south or west next. Knowing me, I'll just pick one out at random, and then we'll do that one. But in the meantime, I do have a thing that's on my mind at the moment. So just this morning, I was quite busy with work, doing a load of exams for a course, things like that, running basically verbal presentations, stuff like that. And after I'd done that, because it took up most of the morning pretty much, just as before we got to lunchtime, I decided to nip out to my local supermarket to do my weekly grocery shop, as you do, because I had a free moment, so I thought, why the hell not? I don't need to be sat at my computer for this next couple of hours, so I might as well go and get some housework and chores and stuff done. So I did that. I went off to my local supermarket, and well, obviously, we're still very much in the middle of the COVID lockdown at the moment and all that, and still very much restrictions and guidelines in place for social mixing and whatever else have you. 2 meters between yourself and all other persons at all times where possible. And here's the thing, right? And probably people in the comments can probably attest to this as well, so I imagine this is probably quite a universal thing, but good God, old people in supermarkets, good Lord, do I have to say any more than that, okay? Let me just say, every time I go into the supermarket, it doesn't matter what day of the week, what hour, what time, doesn't matter, right? There's always tons and tons of old pensioners in there, and Lord bless them, I ain't got anything against pensioners, but good God, they are slow sometimes, and it's especially notable, that is, in the middle of a lockdown at the moment. Do you ever get this? You're going in, and the thing is, like, sometimes you get those old people who are like this, who were like this, I should say, even before the lockdown actually started. But do you ever get this when you're in the supermarket? You got your trolley, pushing it along, you turn into one of the aisles, you're going down it, and there's some bloody old person standing in the middle of the aisle with their trolley, like, positioned in a manner where it's not even, like, over at one side of the aisle, it's, like, angled across the aisle, and they're completely oblivious to everyone else, and they're just looking at everything on the shelves, looking left and right, not at anything in particular, just looking around at everything. And you're sort of slowly walking towards them with your own trolley, thinking, okay, hopefully they'll see me and they'll get out of the way, but no, they don't. They just sort of keep looking. It's like they don't even notice that you're there. So that happens. And if it's not that, it's when you come to the end of an aisle and you're turning out and there's someone in the next aisle who's, like, positioned their trolley sort of out from the aisle that they're coming out of, and you're trying to move as though to get past them, but you can't, because, of course, the way they've angled their trolley, they've, like, pushed their trolley out, then stopped to look around. It's like, dude, come on. Stop that. You're holding everyone up. Okay, jump cut again. Alright, we're on the West Island now. But as I was saying, it just gets worse in the middle of a lockdown and all that, when there's the whole 2 meter rule that you're supposed to be observing at all times, and people are starting. And to be honest, I'm kind of, maybe I'm being a bit unfair here on singling out old people particularly, because, not going to lie, actually, sometimes it's not just old people who do this. I've encountered people of a much younger age who've done this as well. Specifically people who are more middle-aged and things like that, who just don't seem to be... Well, I guess they just don't really seem to have that spatial awareness, to put it that way. But yes, I should be clearing parts of the buildings out just so I know where I've been and all that. Whoa, that's a bloody doge. It's a bloody doge. Oh, Tommy. Get out. Stay in Bishop's Bunmer, please. You old person. By the way, don't stand in the middle of the path. That way people can't get around you. You know, 2-metre social distancing rule and all that. So yeah, probably going to call this episode this episode's probably going to be called Old People in Supermarkets or something like that. It's just going to be me ranting a little bit about them. But I'm sure I'm not the only person who has ever had that, you know. People out there watching this probably all have had similar experiences and all that. Would not be surprised. I'm just looking around at the moment to see if I can get any trains. It's just flipping having to work around this squire over here. You know, if it's not old people pushing trolleys around and actually angling them out across the aisle and getting in your way, it's people just sort of standing around, not even pushing trolleys or anything like that, just sort of standing around rubbernecking things. God, rubbernecking. That is a term that... Last time I heard that was when I was reading frickin' Catcher in the Rye or something like that as a teenager for my A-level English literature classes. Good lord, so long ago. What am I even talking about anymore? What year is this? What year is this, ladies and gentlemen? Is it 1955 or something? I don't even know. Alright, I'm just dumping some stuff from these inventories. Keeping my eye out for toy trains, but in the meantime, clearing things out so I know where I've already been. I might just take those, though, because they're good vitals, those pickled eggs. Ah, man. You know what, I'm just going to keep kind of ranting a little bit about what the subject of interest at the moment. Because, you know, speaking of ones who just sort of stand around kind of rubbernecking, just looking around kind of aimlessly, you know, I was in the supermarket earlier today, and just as I was going down the sort of freezer aisle, you know, where you have all things like ready meals, pizzas, stuff like that, there's like an old man just wandering around. He hasn't even got a trolley or even a basket or anything like that. He's just sort of looking around kind of aimlessly at things. I'm like, okay, dude, as much as, you know, it's nice sometimes just to browse around in shops, I feel like at the moment with lockdown, you probably should just go into the shops if you actually have something you want to buy, and not just as general, you know, just for the sake of general browsing. I mean, I'll admit, you know, some people may think I'm being a bit hypocritical because I have been to shops just to generally browse myself, but that's never been kind of like shops for essentials, ladies and gentlemen. That's just been various shops for kind of random stuff, random non-essential stuff. For example, you know, clothes shops and things like that. Those are the sort of ones that you can browse around in even under lockdown, because typically you don't get many people in them all at once. And hell, they are the ones that you need to kind of browse in. But things like, you know, supermarkets where you're getting your groceries, go there with a list. Have an idea of what it is you're actually going to buy, and you can, you know, then look for it. You know, that actually also reminds me with supermarkets. Again, I'm kind of ranting about old people again here, but God, it always just makes me think a little bit of old people like my grandparents who complain about how the fact that sometimes there's too much choice in supermarkets these days. I think to myself, for God's sake, just pick one, okay? That's such an old person thing to complain about. Sometimes I feel that there's too much choice in the supermarket. Hey, I'm going to the bread aisle and there's too many different types of bread. I don't know one type of bread from t'other, and I don't know what to pick up and all this. I think to myself, just pick one, it's bread. It probably all tastes the same, to be honest. If you don't like the one that you picked up one week, then just buy a different one the next week. But yes, talk about taking a non-issue and blowing it up into something bigger than it actually is. I'm sorry if you're an old person and you are watching this and you now feel very personally attacked. But seriously, stop angling your trolleys across the supermarket aisle. I'm being terrible, aren't I? I'm being terrible indeed. Who knows, maybe these You're Being Hunted videos, maybe the people out there watching are secretly 89 years old or something, and they now feel personally triggered and personally attacked by what I've said. They'll be writing very stiffly worded letters of complaint to the General Red Strategist channel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever do want to write a letter of complaint about General Red Strategist, please address it to the Yogscast, Queen Square, Bristol, and, you know, if you don't know the postcode, just go and search for Yogscast online or something. And yeah, direct all your General Red hate mail in their direction. That way I don't have to look at it. I just had to pluck a random address out of my head then to complete that joke, and that's the one I settled on. Is it Queen Square that the Yogscast are on in Bristol? Or is it King Square? What's it called? Is it Queen's or King Square? I don't even know. And frankly, I don't even care. But, yes. Well, I suppose somebody in the comments can clarify that. Or, you know, I could just Google it myself after this episode. That too would probably be very easy for me to do. Simple and straightforward. Alright, where are the device pieces on this island? We've been wandering around for a little bit and I don't see any. At least none yet. May as well just be following these wisps, eh? Big house. Wonder if there's anything of use over here. Ooh, getting gas coming up my throat from my tea. And I've only sipped a little bit of it so far. Oh wow, look at that rifle ammo. Good lord of lore. Let's put that there. Some more pickled onions. Right, I should be clearing slots out of these inventories so I know I've been here. Aha, did I see... Yeah, there is a smoke column over there. Alright, well, we're at least going to get one device piece, I think, in this episode, by the looks of it. As long as nobody suddenly trolls up and starts being a problem, like there's a dog over there being a bit of an asshole. But he might be with those robots over there, which might be for the better. Alright, get my trains out. Get my trains out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over here. Man, you know, speaking of supermarkets, though, that makes me wonder if I should do, like, another supermarket sweep challenge at some point. Because that actually was quite a fun challenge to do. I can't remember who actually recommended that to me originally. You remember the supermarket sweep challenge that I did quite a while back? It was the one that, for its thumbnail, had a picture of friggin' Dale Winton from, like, the bloody 90s or whenever. But yeah, that was a fun one, because it's obviously searching out very particular items and all that. Oh, go over here. Nope, no you don't. I'm going to take that. I'm going to get out of here. There we are. You guys just follow that fucking train over there. And leave me well be. Leave me well be alone be. Here we go. Right, there's a wisp over there. And one over there. Right, so where are they going? See, they're heading kind of near that farm in that direction. And it is getting night time again. It is going dark. Oh dear. So let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, what's your experience of old people in supermarkets? Do they have that lovable lack of spatial awareness where, on the one hand, you know, Lord love them and all that, but sometimes you just want to friggin' kick them up the backside when they're hovering around in the supermarket, getting in the way and all that. You know, in the nicest possible way, you want to kick them up the backside. You know, I'm not... heaven forbid we do that in a malicious sense. But, yes. Okay. Ah, hang on, there's another wisp off in this direction. Oh, there's a device piece off over here. Alright, maybe we're actually going to do okay at this challenge. Fucking birds and pheasants and... Good lord. Why do you got to be this way? What's the best way of doing this? Nope. Maybe we send that off in that direction. I'm just going to swim around like an absolute pro. See, we're going to stealth this. Like fucking bloody Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando coming up out of a friggin' ditch or something. I started off with that weird analogy then, didn't even know where I was going with it. Because it occurs to me I've never actually watched Commando all the way through. You know, there's a topic for me to talk about one time in Say Being Hunted. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. Oh, yes. Dearie me. It's been a long time since I watched any sort of movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Probably the last one I really watched was probably one of the Terminator movies that he was in. But, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger's been a lot. And for some reason I always remember Commando vaguely, just from the excerpts that I've seen of it. Such a friggin' 80s or 90s movie. Fucking, I don't know if you just heard that blip then. Just bloody MS Teams, my work colleagues, trying to contact each other, whoever it is. Whether it's from one course or another, I don't even know. Alright, wisps are going off in this direction, but let's swim across here and see where they're off to, because I think we've got a little bit of time left. If we can get the third device piece actually in this episode, that would be quite good. Because then next episode we can just get straight on. No, you little shit. Get out of here. Well, you're not really little, but you're a big shit, that's what you are. Alright, where did those wisps actually disappear to? That's the question. Well, one's coming in this direction. Hello, where you at? You're coming over here, or...? I think I hear... Aha! You're over there. Okay, there you are. Right, how are we going to do this? If we could lure him actually to this pylon over here, I think that'd be good, wouldn't it? Pull him out behind the wall. There we go, like that. Oh, can I get over, please? Shit. Come on, over you go. So hopefully they... Wait, can they not hear it? Right, they can hear it now. That's good. Ooh. Oh, god dang it. If I... Go towards where the train's located. That's it. You head off in that direction, so I can go over here. Someone else is having a shootout meanwhile in the background. And boop. There we go. Lovely. Got it. Alright, now we can sort of get out of here. Who's shooting out over here, though? Is it someone having a fight with the Squire? If it is, they could kill the Squire. Stop booping me on fucking MS Teams, colleagues. I've done my work for today, I'm not doing any more. Well, actually, that's a lie. I probably will end up doing more. I'm just taking a break at the moment, because I can. Alright, I know we've been round here, haven't we? Oh, shit. Well, shit, ladies and gentlemen, we don't need to be around here anymore. Let's get moving. Right. Okay, well in that case, just looking at the amount of time that's elapsed so far, I think we'll probably start wrapping up the episode here. Or should we actually... nah, we'll get to the jetty, we'll save, and then we'll wrap up from there. And in the episode after that, we'll actually deposit our device pieces back at the centre island and then head to the south. And I think that'll do us very well, won't it, ladies and gentlemen? So, if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. Facebook and Twitter links, meanwhile, are down below in the video description, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone who might be interested in those. And other than that, tell me all about your supermarket old people experience. Yes, goodbye everybody. Now, that's a thing down there, okay. I see all these things here. Oh, this looks interesting. There we go, so pick that up and throw it down. Brings us to a stop, right? Make it remove it. Oh, there we go, see? We've got a nice little island, right? Let's pull that up because we don't need that. Like that. Put mackerel. There we go. Doing good for food. Look at that, everything's sort of stuck in the water. Well, this looks pleasant, doesn't it? It's very nice. It's shallow water. I mean, look at all this over here. I could arguably, or possibly, go for a swim as long as old Sharky Boy decides not to be an asshole. So I think we'll get that, harvest some eggs from around here, and then we'll explore our island.